come on. Hey folks, Trace Monk here. Step back into Madain Sorry to trade with Morrison here. I don't think we need any of... you know what? We'll buy one of those just for giggles, I guess. That's good to hear. What, if you don't mind my asking, what kind of job has you, working on a Saturday this week? I have a bunch of ritual hats. Ah, yes, this is what we're dealing with here. Magic tags. Because we might have to deal with some zombies. Yeah, I got what you were saying, a Grey Wolf. Okay. I guess it should be obvious the tree is going to be that way. Oh no, we have to, oh that's right. Yeah, never mind. We gotta go back to the Conde Petty mountain path. That's right. Well, what are you? You're a troll. It's a troll, everyone. Yeah, sure. I mean, they do have counterattack. I mean, it's probably not actually worth it to just use fire there. Oh, who's he berserking? Dagger! He is berserking dagger. Ah. Yeah. Today is kind of the first day of a lot of college sports right now, or I should say the one of the biggest college sports here in the US, you know, football. Not something I particularly care for, but that's cool. You work in media services and there was a soccer game. Neat. Also, I know for a fact, based on watching my stream for a little while, that there's at least like a 30 or 40 second delay on this right now. It's terrible. But we'll live with it. Since I actually have someone who's talking to me in the chat, hey, let me know if there's anything that seems like really off balance with my sound. Ochu! Kind of funny. This particular, you know, style of Ochu looks like it's, you know, looks like it's wearing a tutu. Good deal. Thank you very much. And hey, while I got a little bit of an audience here, I'm planning on doing Extra Life again this year. If you want to read it, there's a little blurb down there, and it has a link to my page for this year's program as well. This will probably, Final Fantasy IX will wind up being a 4-hour block in the middle of it. And we're on our way to the tree, as you can see right there. Oh. But anyway, Extra Life is a big charity gaming marathon for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. I did it last year, raised just under $400 for Arkansas Children's. That's the state I live in. They're actually in the middle of beginning construction, or beginning some part of building a second hospital in the northwest part of the state, which will actually be much closer to where I am. So I'll be grateful if any of mine stepdaughters wind up needing to go somewhere like that. Boy, it has been a long time since I played this game, and I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It's a 15-year-old game, but I think I'm kind of surprised, along with some other people that I've seen recently, that this game really does actually hold up pretty good. The only major complaint I have so far is how long battles take. They take a long time to load in. They take a long time. The combat animations take a long time. And now we are at the Aoife tree, the ancient tree of life. Hey, look, there's some of those plants from Gargan and Fossil Rue, or from Fossil Rue. That would be that seal, yeah. If you don't remember, or didn't see it again, or didn't see it then, Eiko explained that this area was sealed when they failed to summon an Eidolon, which was the way the summoners generally handled that. If they had a failed summoning, they sealed it away. Were you leveling up a lot in Final Fantasy VIII? Really, the combat animations themselves aren't too terrible in 9. But seriously, why does it take 15 seconds to load into combat? I mean, I understand why it might have needed to take that long. I suppose it's actually just that they set it up that way so that they could load the field of combat off of the disc on the slow drives that we had for the PS1s back in the day. It's kind of like it's almost like they're trying to hide the loading times, except for this period right here where there's this big black screen. Like, what's going on? And then it's like, okay, we loaded the thing, and now we're loading the enemy, and now we're loading the party. So you are a stroper. What are you? aside from really annoying and doing a party-wide effect here. Well, what you are is annoying. Oh, screw you with your stupid petrification crap. Well, a Grey Wolf, here's the secret with Final Fantasy VIII. If you're drawing anything more than the occasional spell and the summons that you have to draw to get access to, you're probably doing it inefficiently. And hi, Mr. Zerdna06 T3AW. I'm just gonna call you Mr. Zerdna, okay? Unless you have some way you prefer I say that. Because the real way to break Final Fantasy VIII is through the card game. Get Quetzalcoatl's card mod ability, turn a bunch of rare cards and maybe some not so rare cards into items, and then refine those items into high level magic. I mean, heck, you can get Curagas to junction to your HP on, like, at the very beginning of the game. All you have to do is refine tenths. Fyra. Kill it. Die. We got plenty of ethers. If we actually need any ethers. Sawtooth toadstools. Well, I have to admit that I have never actually broken Final Fantasy VIII in that particular way. I just know it from having watched some speedruns of it. I'd really like to go back and play that in that way. I kind of, the one time I played Final Fantasy VIII all the way through to the end, I kind of broke it in that I had one main party that I played with and had leveled up somewhat, and then I had basically the other half of the party didn't have anywhere near as many levels, so it was kind of like, okay, well, now I'm going to use these really low level guys as my combat party, and they'll tear shit up. Okay, apparently he reacts to physical attacks with gradual petrify. Okay, that's nice to know. I didn't realize that was what was happening before. Almost got Zidane petrified there. Probably a good choice right there. With the Lamia's Tiara. We still need to finish learning Fenrir. everybody's doing good on health. It's a straight line. It's a very straight line. Have I played through 9 before? Yes, but I kind of played through it in almost the same way I played through 7 and 8 and 9. Well, of course I played 9 through the same way I played through 9. But the thing was that back then I had a really bad problem. I still kind of do this with a lot of games, of picking up a game and not finishing it. Except that at some point, spurred on by some of my college roommates at the time. Thank you. I didn't realize that those mushroom things were... Are those mushroom things undead? I don't actually know if they are or not. I do see that we will be fighting some zombies soon. So, yeah, thanks for that heads up. Anyway, I have a real bad problem with finishing games. So what I kind of did was I got to, I guess probably the one of the points on disc 4 where you have like the most available freedom, and had spent some time leveling up a whole bunch and getting a bunch of abilities, and then dropped the game. And then in college, spurred on by some of my friends at the time, I went back through 7, 8, and 9, and, well, finished them off. In some cases, playing at least a bit of enough of the beginning to catch on to what was going on, and then picking up from my old saves, and in some cases playing all the way through again. Okay, I do not want to use an attack with this guy. I'll attack with Zidane. And then I will use Fyra with me. So, yes, I've played through the game before. This is me revisiting it after probably about 10 years since the last time I played it. And about, well, and 15 years since the very first time that I played it. Okay. Okay enough, at least. Actually, I think the chest that's going to drop is actually further down here. We'll see. Definitely looks like something up there. Draco zombie. Oh yes, turn her into a zombie. Sure. Well, I bought a bunch of magic tags. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's great. So I guess zombie is... Did that inflict zombie, or did that... I guess that inflicted zombie. And... I need to arrange. There we go. Push it. Alright. Yeah, there we go. A high potion. Most use I've ever seen of zombie in a Final Fantasy game was 10, where you have one boss who actually you have, is it 2 bosses that are undead? I know the second time you fight Evra, it's undead, and I know that the I'm pretty sure is Unaleska undead when you fight her? I know she does the whole thing where she turns parts of your party undead and not undead, and it's really damn annoying. And then at the end of the game, the when I played through Final Fantasy X, I totally cheesed Yu Yevon. It was really funny though. I had the hardest time getting to Yu Yevon. I had leveled up my character so much that the summons were really hard to beat, especially Yojimbo. I mean, well, yeah, when I got to Yojimbo, it was like, I can't even... I couldn't even get the guy to... I couldn't hit him. But then when I got to Yu Yevon, zombie touch weapon. Phoenix down. Aw, level 5 death. Well, thank goodness no one is a level divisible by 5, so that's just gonna miss all around. What are those numbers? Is that how high you'd leveled your characters before you came through this? My goodness, man. Talk about pretty over leveled there. Though there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually probably closer to the way I played this game the first time. Back then it wasn't that I wanted everything really highly leveled up. It was that I had this thing about getting every ability learned that I could. What was really bad was that it's not like I was taking advantage of the fact that so many of the items in this game have elemental properties, because seriously they do. So you disliked Final Fantasy X and liked X-2? I mean, I liked both 10 and 10-2, and in fact 10-2 is actually the Final Fantasy game that I finished in the shortest amount of time. Not clock time, but in terms of time from purchase to, you know, final boss.